Is gold's momentum slowing down? We have Peter Hug up next. Peter joins me on the line now. Peter, thanks for being with me.
You're welcome, Daniela.
Peter, let's start off by talking about gold's momentum, which seems to have slowed now from last week, where it picked up steam on the heels of that 7% drop on Japanese equity markets. Are we seeing a slowdown in Asia now?
Yeah, I mean, the reports coming out of Asia over the weekend was very reduced demand on the physical side. Out of our Hong Kong office, the demand dropped off considerably from where it was last week.
So, Peter, is the lack of demand from Asia hurting gold now?
Well, I think what happened last week with the 7% drop in the Japanese equity markets, it scared the Asian market, which caused the momentum up in the metals. And, we had gold break up to 1387, which was my level, and briefly touched 1400, which was my initial target. But over the weekend, it looks like the Asian markets have stabilized, and with the lack of physical demand, or at least the strength of the physical demand that was there last week, there was some softness in the market, and when Europe opened, they sold it down to initial support in the 1378 range.
Peter, in your morning commentary, you said you took some modest profits from the 1662 long for gold when it broke the 1387 level, but you said that you prefer to wait for confirmation before committing again to the long side. Can you elaborate?
Yeah, I was hoping after last week's momentum that we'd be coming into this morning, especially with the U.S. holiday and, gold holding in the 90s yesterday, into a market where the price would be in the 1400s. With the softness in the market, once gold broke down through 87, I just took the trade off the table. I suggest it may still go back up over 87. If it does and reconfirms the upward momentum, I'd be in on the trade. But until it does, I'm a little concerned in the short term on the downside. If the physical demand starts to slow down and the ETFs continue to redeem, and that I think will be premised on the stock markets. As long as the stock markets hold or go higher, ETF redemptions will probably continue into a market with reduced physical demand, which indicates to me that there might be some softness in the short term.
So, Peter, are you suggesting that a sell down to the initial support of 1362 can't be ruled out?
Yeah, I'm looking at 62 as it held there a couple of times last week. And, if we lose that level, my primary support level, as all the readers know, is, in the 1337, 35 range. But if we lose 62, I think it's possible to see it test as far down as that. But I think 62 will hold probably through the week.
Peter, finally, are you still looking at 1387 to get us back up to 1400 gold?
Well, I went through 87 and hit the 1400 that I thought would happen last week. Again, I'm disappointed at the momentum that it didn't carry through. So, again, I would put a trade on if it went through 87 with some momentum, looking for the 1420 range. But until I see that momentum and I see some pickup in physical demand here, I'm a bit wary in the short term, and I'm suggesting that we may see 62 before we see 1400.
Peter, thanks for your thoughts today. We'll see you next week.
Thank you. You're welcome.
And thanks for watching this week's edition of For Pete's Sake. You can follow the conversation on Twitter at my handle @Daniela Cambone, or email us at newsfeedback@kitco.com. Thanks for watching.